Hello friends, family, and internet strangers. Stephanie here with another What's for Dinner video. This time it is a few weeks worth of meals, but only a few of them. I have not been cooking that much lately. I really just haven't been feeling the kitchen, so I've been doing a lot of takeout, but these are a few of the easy meals I have made recently. First up, some Aldi Red Bag Chicken Parm. If you have not seen any of my previous videos, I have been trying to find ways, other than chicken sandwiches, to use the Aldi Red Bag Chicken. I am starting off in the air fryer, 7 minutes on each side, and then I am going to start layering this up into a chicken parm. Now, I recommend using this Aldi Red Bag Chicken. It's tasty and it's really convenient, especially if you are only cooking for 1 or 2 people. Since I am cooking for just myself, I'm using a small Pyrex. I'm starting out with some marinara sauce. This is the Target brand. And then I am going to add my chicken once it is done in the air fryer. Now, when my dad sees this video, which he will, because he's been my biggest supporter since day one, not just day one of the channel, day one since birth. My dad taught me how to cook. My dad is Italian. We make homemade chicken parm. We make homemade sauce. We make the chicken, bread it ourselves, fry it ourselves. I don't think he's gonna be a fan of this part of the video. I'm sure he'll let me know next time I talk to him. But I'm cooking for one. I'm not gonna home make this. So I am putting more sauce on top of the chicken, then layering it up with lots and lots and lots of cheese. Most of the time when I get chicken parm, the main reason I get it is really because I want the cheese that's on top of the chicken parm, that nice melty goodness. So I'm making sure I get plenty of that on top of here. Then I am going to throw this under the broiler for 5 minutes. My air fryer has a broiler, so that's what I'm using for this. I've shown this skinny pasta before. This is attempt number 2. Last time when I made those chicken parm meatballs, the low carb ones, I made this and I put it directly in the sauce and I said, it's not good, and next time I'm going to try boiling it first. Yeah, it still wasn't good, but this chicken parm was definitely good. So I played this up with the spaghetti, but in reality, that spaghetti did not get eaten more than a couple bites and I ate both pieces of chicken. Next up though, I've got another single serve quiche. I showed one of these with ham and broccoli before, but this one is going to be a veggie quiche. I had already prepped my veggies this week for other dishes that I was making, so these I just chopped into smaller pieces than I already had. And you can use whatever veggies you like. If you are a mushroom fan, this would go well with mushroom. I personally can't stand mushrooms, but I do love broccoli, peppers, and onions. So those are usually my go-to veggies for anything I'm making without meat, and even some things that I am making with meat. Once I've got these all chopped up, I am going to throw them in a pan with a little bit of avocado oil. I don't need to cook these all the way through. I just want them to be a little bit soft already when they go into the quiche. For seasoning on this, I'm using salt, pepper, and a little bit of garlic powder and cayenne. I am not measuring that. I am doing this to taste. And again, this is a really customizable recipe. I will post down below kind of the base recipe that I use for quiche. It is generally 2 eggs, 3 tablespoons of some sort of liquid or cream, and then seasonings and veggies and cheese or meat. So I put a little bit of salt in with my eggs, and then I'm going to whisk that up a little bit. I don't have a whisk actually, so I'm just using a fork. Last time I did this, I think I used 3 tablespoons of milk. I've tested this a few different ways. This time I tested it with 2 tablespoons of milk and 1 tablespoon of sour cream. It worked fine both ways. You could also use heavy cream or really any sort of cream or milk substance. You could even use 3 tablespoons of the sour cream if you want. Add a little bit more salt, pepper, and cayenne, and then add in some cheese. This was a Colby cheddar jack blend of some sort that I had gotten from Aldi, and I mixed that up and then added my veggies. I had let the veggies cool though. I didn't want to put them in piping hot and then have it start to cook the egg already before I put it into the air fryer. I do use the air fryer for this, 15 minutes, 390 degrees, and then after the 15 minutes I stick a knife in it to see if it's done. This time that 15 minutes was absolutely perfect. Look at it bubbling. This was pretty good. And then to show y'all what the inside looks like, I am not an egg fan, so I know it's weird that I make quiche, but it's one of the only ways I will eat egg, and this was tasty. And last up for this particular video, I have got some pasta with ground turkey and spinach. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Stephanie. I do occasional what's for dinner videos or just one recipe sometimes, and then some random road trip content. But one thing that you can pretty much always count on in my cooking videos is that I will be chopping an onion. So here is my weekly chopping up an onion. I got a pound of ground turkey from Aldi and a new bag of onions, and I decided I was going to use half of this turkey to finish up the jar of sauce that I had from that Aldi red bag chicken parm at the beginning of the video. And then I decided I was just going to cook all the onion and turkey together and then separate it before I put too much seasoning or sauce on it. That way I can use the rest of this for potentially egg roll in a bowl. We'll see, whatever I use the second half of this for, it'll end up in the next video. Once I put this in the pan, I'm just going to move it around, squish it up, break it up a little bit, and then I will start to season this. For seasoning, I am just doing a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and some garlic powder. And any other seasonings I can add when I make the separate recipes. If I were only using this one recipe, I would put Italian seasoning in this at this point as well. Then once I've got this going, I let it cook all the way through until it is all nice and brown, or really, since it's ground turkey, it's more of a gray color, isn't it? It never looks appetizing, but I don't mind the taste. So I'm taking half of this out once it's fully cooked, and then I am going to start adding what I want for this particular recipe, which is going to be some frozen spinach. This is spinach that I had frozen from fresh because it was going to go bad, and I didn't want that to happen. I add a little bit of water, and then it is time for the rest of that jar of sauce and a little bit of garlic. I also put a little bit of water in here as well to make sure I can get all of those good brown bits off the bottom of the pan to really give that sauce a little bit more flavor, since again this is a jarred sauce. I grew up making my own sauce with my dad in huge batches, and I do not have the freezer space for that, and I can't bring myself to just make it individually, so jarred sauce it is for now. But once I season it up, it is very good. And then I add in some cooked pasta, not the skinny pasta this time, this is full carb pasta. And I also made, out of a hot dog roll, a little bit of cheesy bread with some butter, garlic powder, and cheese under the broiler for 5 minutes. I hope y'all enjoyed this video and that it gave you some weeknight meal inspiration. And if it did, don't forget to leave me a comment down below. Hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching.